The question that you ask yourself every day could define your life. People who want to succeed, they need to understand how important the question that they ask themselves is, because a lot of times people sabotage their success by asking wrong questions, because some questions are very negative and they do not allow to get right answers, because the right question is even more than a half to get the right answer, because if you do not ask the right question, you will not get the right answer. Because a lot of times people ask the negative question, so that means why I'm not rich, why am I broke, why I'm not able to do something. So what those questions do, they bring wrong answers. But imagine if you start asking totally different questions and you start asking why I'm rich, why I succeed in life, why I'm healthy. So that means you look into the positive, because there is a lot of things that you are healthy in, or you are rich in something. So that means you transition from a negative point of view to a positive view, because if you asking a question why I'm broke, you will come up with a lot of weird answers. Maybe I'm not smart enough, maybe I do not have abilities, maybe there is my past, maybe my circumstances. There is so many answers that doesn't help you to succeed in life. So that means we need to make sure that when we ask you positive questions, because now when we ask why we are rich, we'll bring it, okay, maybe we are smart, maybe we have had difficulty past, but we persevered. So that means you're able to start look for positive things. And when you start moving from negative questions to positive questions, the biggest thing that I think that really helps people, because they transition from negativity to positivity, and that when you transition from negativity to positivity, that positivity creates great attitude, while great attitude creates great connections, and great connections and that network allows to build different kind of businesses, allows to build different network, and allows to succeed much more than before, because people love surround themselves with people who are positive and they have great attitude. So we only able to build attitude with great questions that we could come up with. So I learned that a lot of times people are not positive and they are negative because all questions that they do is from negative perspective. For example, when you go to store and you say, oh, I'm not able to afford this one, I'm not able to afford this one, I'm not able to afford this one. This is negativity. But imagine having $100 in the pocket and thinking what you're able to afford with it. So I'm able to afford this one, I'm able to afford this one, I'm able to afford this one. So that means that creates positivity, all thinking about all the positive things, all the possibilities and options that you have with that $100. And that again builds positivity. Positivity brings great actions, and great actions brings even more revenue, more income, and of course then you have more capabilities to build even more income. And what you appreciates. If you appreciate $100, you will have 1,000. If you appreciate $1,000, you will have $10,000. A lot of times people do not appreciate $100 because they think it's just a small amount of money, but when you appreciate even smallest amount of money, that will appreciate. Now, I really love this example that sometimes when you really want to change your mind, sometimes you need to think about put every day $100 in a pocket and think about all the things that you're able to afford with that $100, and that allows you to change your positive mindset. And I have so many friends that I start to believe in the vibrations are people who start to visualize and embody the wealthy person, who go to a very expensive hotel to work, people who are going to expensive cars to sit and imagine being that person. Because when you start to imagine, start to believing in it, you start acting differently, and when you act differently, you start getting different results. So I hope that you will choose to act differently, because you will start to look into positive things, and I hope that you will choose to win, and see you tomorrow.